Disclaimer: this video is for educational and entertainment purposes only. It does not constitute financial advice. We are not registered financial advisors. Hello everyone, welcome to another weekly update on MSTR strategy and my MSTE purchase journey. We got a lot to talk about today. So first of all, as predicted, unfortunately, actually, depends how you look at it, MSTE distribution was reduced from 10 cents to 7.5 cents. So my estimate was about 8 cents. I guess I got it a little bit wrong, but I was pretty much right in saying that they had to reduce the distribution. I mean, I think at one point it was over 60% yield. It's impossible. That means they'll have to write too much covered calls, which would cap the upside too much, which we actually don't want right now when everything is rallying, when Bitcoin is rallying, right? So MSTE, as I'm filming this, of course, I just bought some when it was at 231 or 230, and now it's at 227 because, of course, it is. It's at 227. So if we actually do, what is the yield on it right now? Actually, if we do 1.20, what would the yield be if it was still at 10 cents? It would be 52%, 53% yield. That's too high, guys. That means that they would probably have to go push the coverage to 50% and right closer out the money. But at 7.5 cents, that is 90 cents. And if we divide that by 227 right now, I'm filming this, by the way, on the 24th, right after lunchtime, it's more in the 40% range, which is still very high yield, which is more normal, I feel, where they'll probably have to, they could go back to maybe 33% coverage and maybe go slightly more out of the money would be my estimate here. But either way, I think, obviously nobody wants a 25% reduction, but they have to do it, guys. It's only normal. Because if they don't, like I said, they would have to pretty much cover way more and not cap the upside, which is what we really don't want now, in case finally the Bitcoin bull market is going to start, which I'm not sure. I'm not saying that, but I think at 40%, much more sustainable. And look at it this way: instead of minus 10 cents on ex-dividend date, it's minus 7.5 cents, which just gives the net asset value more room to grow, less covered calls, which means if the run keeps going, that 25% leverage and the reduced covered calls will just make us amplify or go up even more, right? So in terms of what strategy is doing, is strategy becoming soft? I think they're becoming a little soft and they're not really getting any respect. The MNAV is just at a 1% premium. It was actually at 1 5 seconds ago. I think basically it's not getting the respect that it deserves. So in terms of what they've done, they increased the USD reserve to $5 billion. So, and then they also established this other USD cash pile of 1.59 billion, and they also repurchased Stretch. So I like the repurchase of Stretch. If you're going to issue something at $100 and buy it back at 96 or 97, obviously it's fantastic. It makes more sense. You reduce your dividend obligations as well, and you increase the Stretch price, which is basically what's been happening. Today it finally hit the $97 mark, so we're only $3 away from that $100, and as soon as it hits that, they could start pushing or buy or selling more Stretch into the market and buying more Bitcoin with it. So now they have a huge 5.1 billion USD reserve, which covers 3.9 years in dividends for the preferred share. So this was a bit surprising to me because in the latest call they said we want approximately 2 to 3 years, but now it looks like they're going for 4 years. I mean, they're almost at 4 years, but 4 years, I think I kind of see that it makes sense because a typical Bitcoin cycle, they say, is 4 years. So they'll literally have 4 years of cash in case Bitcoin crashes again to fund these dividends. So in case you haven't seen the latest Q2 results, as well as a retail investor Q&A hosted by Natalie Burnell, that was actually better than the Q2 results. So I highly recommend you watch that clip. Just search, let me find it for you. So here it is. Basically, after the quarterly results, I think this is a fantastic idea. They're really going above and beyond to be fully transparent and tell investors what's going on. But I'm talking about this, the Q2 2026 earnings investor Q&A, where they answer the top questions from regular investors. I highly recommend you watch that because they really go in depth about their strategy. No pun intended. But either way, they're being very, very, very open and honest. So now, because they have so much cash to fund the dividends, and they also established this 1.5 billion or almost 1.6 billion USD cash. So this is going to be to buy Bitcoin, stretch, and maybe buy back MSTR. If this thing goes under one, guys, it's worth it for them to buy back MSTR, even sell Bitcoin to buy back MSTR stock, because there's embedded Bitcoin in the MSTR stock, right? There's 840,000. So I know that people have said that want me to continue doing this weekly and say I'm learning, it's educational. So let me do some educational here. And this is stuff I'm learning on my own as well, which I'm going. What I've noticed is obviously Bitcoin is starting to go up like crazy. It's at 78.8 as I'm filming this. So what's a metric that's very, very important if you're an MSTR shareholder is this right here, the reserve and the net reserve. I love that they did this. So the reserve is basically in billions of dollars, 72.3 billion, how much Bitcoin they have in reserve for everything, for the preferred shares and the debt. So it's basically everything. The net reserve is how much the MSTR common shareholders, this is the Bitcoin or the amount of Bitcoin after the debt, after all the preferred shares. So it's the net reserve. So this is how much the MSTR or MSTE shareholder, because it's MSTR, how much Bitcoin they have access to. So what I've noticed is when Bitcoin goes up, obviously the reserve goes up, right? The value of the Bitcoin on the balance sheet goes up. So for example, today as I'm filming this is live, you see that the reserve is up 4.89%. But you see that the net reserve is up much higher at 7.42. So that is where this whole amplification comes in. It's literally just like a split share fund, guys. It's literally the same kind of structure. When the portfolio goes up, in this case Bitcoin, the amount that MSTR shareholders have access to is much higher or is amplified versus the amount of the reserve in general, right? So the MSTR shareholders have 7.38% today in increase in their net reserve versus much less for the overall reserve. And I took a few screenshots in the last couple of weeks as well to show you this as well. So here it is from August 19th. You see that the reserve went up 6.78%, but the net reserve, this is what the MSTR shareholders have access to, went up more, 10.8%. So again, that is where the amplification is coming in. Here's another day, August 20, up 4.57, but up 7%, the net reserve. So this is a very important metric for the MSTR common shareholder, because you could see that when Bitcoin goes up, and of course the opposite is also true, when Bitcoin goes down, this goes down, but this goes down even more. So that's where this whole amplification thing comes in, which, because they've been adding more and more cash, you see that the amplification is much lower now than it used to be, but the leverage is practically at zero as well. You also see the prefs are going down as well. So obviously, if you watch the Q2 results, but let me summarize it for you. Strategy has said over and over and over again that they are laser focused on stretch. So you could see that the stretch market cap is going down, but the price is going up. What does that mean? That means they're buying back stretch right now. That's what it means, right? So remember, this was at 10 billion, now it's at 9.6. So they're literally buying back stretch to increase the price to bring it back to 100 so they could issue more. I love the fact that they're buying back stretch at less than 100. That's all accretive for MSTR shareholders for sure. So my hope is that the USD reserve is finally complete. I mean, 5.1 billion. I mean, come on. You don't need more than 4 years, in my opinion. I get it. They want to shore up lots and lots of confidence and stretch that if there's another Bitcoin crash or bear market, they have literally 4 freaking years of coverage. That's fine. They're almost at 4 years. I'm assuming they're gonna calm down on this and maybe start increasing this, which is designed to buy Bitcoin and treasury, like it says here, treasury operations, which means stretch buyback and their other preferred buyback as well. The more they buy back, the more the preferred obligation goes down, the more the net reserve, the more MSTR common shareholder have access to the Bitcoin stack. So and they have a little bit of debt left here, 6.7 billion, but that's like peanuts. So anyway, that in a nutshell is, and by the way, they've been issuing more and more MSTR shares in the market to put aside this cash. As long as they're doing that with an MNAV over 1, it's fine. And again, if this goes out under 1, I would love to see them start buying back MSTR shares or even selling Bitcoin to buy MSTR shares, because it's well worth it. So the volatility is okay. It's in the mid 70s. So personally here speaking, I think it's going to be the final. Never say, I don't want to jinx it, knock on wood. This is not wood. I don't have any wood here. Everything's plastic now, made in China. But anyway, what was I going to say? I think for the MSTE, I think the worst is over. I think at this point, it's going to be the final distribution cut. I think we could only go up from here. I 100% trust Harvest. They know what they're doing, right? They always want to look for that balance between income and growth. So we'll see what happens. But unless Bitcoin goes back to 50,000, I think 55,000. And for some reason, MSTR starts tanking because it's not getting the respect it deserves. I mean, what do I mean by that? I said it. I'm going to say it again. Well, the net reserve is 51.1 billion. That's the net reserve of only the MSTR common or whatever's left over after the prefs, right? Here's the reserve. Here's what's left over after all the debt and after all the preferreds are gone. 51.1 billion. Okay. The entire value of the company is 50.8 billion. It makes no sense, guys. MSTR. It really, really reminds me of a split share fund that's trading at its discount, like LBS. LBS has been trading at a discount for a really, really long time. What does that mean? That means that the price is $12.46, but the intrinsic value is $13.41, or even SBC. The price is, you could buy for $12.44. It's worth $13.45. It's not getting the respect it deserves. Why is that? I've spoken to Brompton many times, and I think the answer is the same of what's happening to MSTR. Because of the high leverage and amplification, the NAV will go up really, really hard, and the price won't catch up because investors don't realize the value yet, have not realized the value on how LBS and SBCs is cheap. It's under its intrinsic value. It's the same thing for MSTR, guys. MSTR, in my opinion, is extremely undervalued here. It's not getting the respect it deserves. A 1 MNAV is a joke. So I feel, to me right now, this is a pure value play. I feel very comfortable buying more and more MSTR at these levels. It's very, 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 very cheap. And when the investors start realizing, well, then it should go up. But either way, I like to look at the intrinsic value instead of the stock price. This is an opinion. This is the intrinsic value, right? This is an opinion. This is what people's opinions are right now, the market. This is the reality. So I think it's personally undervalued. My 2K a week purchase continues. And speaking of, I just purchased another 1,100 shares at $2.31. So I'm at 58,900 at $6.11 ACB. We're going to be in the $5 range probably in 2 weeks, most likely. And in terms of the total returns, if we do MSTY, the Harvest MSTY versus the Harvest MST with the leverage versus MSTR, you see that still MSTE is lagging behind, obviously, because of that leverage. But if we look at 1 month instead, you see that MSTE is pretty much identical to MSTR. So you see that leverage really helping out when there's a big upswing, and MSTY will lag behind. Whereas If it's a long downtrend, of course MSTY will do better, but I expect over time to obviously for MSTR and MST to be very, very closer in total return numbers. So there you have it. There's your weekly recap. Give me a thumbs up, like the video. Let me know if you still want me to do these every week. I'm trying to do it as educational as possible. And just a reminder, where I get my Bitcoin news, I'm not a super crazy follower, but Joe Consorti, who's been on the channel, I watch all his videos. I really like them. I like him. I think he's very smart. He talks about more Bitcoin in terms of the macroeconomics. So you'll learn not just about Bitcoin, but how Bitcoin relates to the economy in general. Really, really smart guy. Really, really educational videos. And for more MSTR, more MSTR related content, and Adam Livingston also covers Superplanet and Strive, sorry, Metaplanet and Strive, ASST, SATA. Adam Livingston is who I like to watch. So I don't watch, sometimes I don't watch all of them. I typically only watch the ones related to MSTR, but he kind of always saying the same thing. So if you have any doubts on MSTR or whatever, dilution, FUD, I highly recommend you check out his videos. And of course, you got to know what's coming out of the management at Strategy. I highly recommend. I liked it even more than the Q2 results, but I would watch the quarterly results. I mean, I watch them, but the Q2 Q&A, the investor Q&A hosted by Natalie Brunell. So that's what I would do. And I hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. And as usual, take care, everyone. Stay safe, stay passive, stay honorable, and see you next time. A couple of reminders before you leave. Please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I would really appreciate it. If you like and enjoy the content, did you know we have a YouTube Inner Circle membership program? Hit the little join button where the subscribe normally is, and you'll get this window with the information. But essentially, you get access to all kinds of exclusive content and perks, including a monthly unveil of my parents' and grandparents' portfolios, early access to my portfolio unveils, answers to your questions during AMA, members only, ask me anything, the ability to submit questions to fund managers, etc., etc., etc. So hit the join button to find out what it's all about. I would really appreciate it. And don't forget that I get questions all the time, emails and texts, all kinds of personal questions. This is why I created the one-on-one coaching session. So you could book me for an hour where you could ask me whatever you want. Just go on our website, passiveincomeinvesting.ca, to find out the information here. You click on this link here for a quick guide, you'll find out what it's all about, and also how to get $75 off as a PII Inner Circle Plus member, the second level membership. Don't forget to follow us on Blossom, download Blossom, follow my portfolio live. It's an social investing app. You could follow our portfolio live. And also, if you go to the tools and resources tab right here on my website, you could download my portfolio Excel file for free, and we have a bunch of discount links and discount codes for some portfolio tracking tools, total return screeners, and also Canadian brokers as well. So if you're interested, and there's also a bunch of other free useful links as well. So again, all this is on our website. Last but not least, we have 2 digital products that both come with free lifetime updates. You have the Ultimate DIY Investing Package, and you have the Ultimate Covered Call ETF Guide. If you're interested in them, I highly recommend you click on View Details and watch this video, which will describe both packages so you can see exactly what you're purchasing before you purchase it. And thanks so much for watching, everyone. Take care.